Hello students, today I am going to discuss some important questions of electrostats. Now the first question is, in a process known as beta decay, a neutron is an unstable atomic nucleus, becomes a proton, and in the process ejects an electron and an antineutrino, then charge of antineutrino is. In this question it is given that there is a beta decay process in which unstable atomic nucleus becomes a proton. So what is the beta decay process? You know it. The decay of neutron can be represented as, in this question, suppose the neutron is here, neutron is decaying, proton plus electron plus antineutrino. Clear? As the neutron is electrically neutral, you know that neutron is electrically neutral, so that total charge on the left side is 0. The total charge on the left side is 0. Therefore, the total side must also be 0 on the right side. Left side is 0, so the total charge on the right side must also be 0. So if you want to find the total charge of the neutrino, then what will you write? The total charge will become, suppose Q, and Q will become charge of proton, that is plus E, and charge of electron, that is minus E, plus charge of neutrino. So both will cancel out and the total charge on the left side is 0. So we will write neutrino have no charge. So in this question, the charge of antineutrino will be 0. I think you get. Next question is, how many same number of excess electrons must be added to each neutral lead sphere? Balance the force of gravity between them. So these two spheres are given, M1 and M2. Masses are 1 kg, 1 kg, and apart from 1 meter. So we want to find that the total number of excess electron in this question, so that the force of gravitation force acting between them will become 0. It means we have to solve in this question gravitational force, you know it, Fg. Suppose Fg is the gravitational force and Fe is the electrostatic force. Both are balancing, and in this situation we have to find the number of excess electron. Clear? So what is the formula for the gravitational force? You know it. It is G m1 m2 divided by r square is equal. What is the formula of electrostatic force? K q1 q2 divided by r square. Now you see that this distance is same for both the forces, electrostatic force or gravitational force, so both will cancel out. Now the relation will become G, and masses are the same, so we may write G m square is equal K, and charge will also be the same. Why? Because it is given that how many same number of excess electrons. So same number of electrons are there. So suppose the charge of number of charges of electrons are Q. So we may write it Q square. Q1, Q2 will become Q. So Gm square is equal to Kq square. As you know that what is the value of G, we will put the value of G, and we want to find the initially charge. So from this relation we may write Q is equal under root G m square by K. This will be the relation, and it will be plus minus. Getting it? Why? Because we are taking square root. So after putting the value, we may solve this question. See, Q may also written as Q is equal to plus minus root G by k, and m square will taken from outside the square root, so it will become m. So now I'm going to put the value over here. What is the value of g? It is 6.67 into 10 to the power minus 11. And what is the value of k? It is 9 into 10 to the power 9 into 1. Clear? After solving, we'll get 8.61 into 10 to the power minus 11 into 1 coulomb. So it will become 8.61 into 10 to the power minus 11 coulomb. Now we want to find the number of electrons. So you know that N is equal Q by E. Put the value of Q here. So Q is what? 8.61 10 to the power minus 11 upon 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19. After solving, you'll get 5.38 into 10 to the power 8 will be the number of electron in this question. Clear? Now I'm going to discuss the next question. Next question is what? A charge Q is divided into two parts such that they experiences a maximum electrostatic repulsion when placed at a certain distance. Then divisions are. We want to find the charges division, means what are the charges? Let one charge be Q and another will become capital Q minus Q. So let the charge Q is divided in two parts. One is a small q, so other will be Q minus Q. So divisions are Q and Q minus Q. And it is given in your question. Force between them. If you want to find the force between them, then you know that force is what? It is 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught Q1 Q2. We will write Q in the place of Q1 and in the place of Q2 we will write Q minus small q divided by R square. Suppose R is the distance between them. And force is maximum. Experience a maximum force. So for experiencing a maximum force, we will use the condition of maxima minima. For maximum force, we will find dF upon dQ is equal to 0. dF upon dQ is equal to 0. So, if dF upon dQ is equal to 0 and F is this, by putting the value d over dq of F means 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught Q minus Q divided by R square. After differentiating, you will see that Q is the variable term and rest are the constant terms. So after differentiation, it will become 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught. Only the differentiation will take place for this Q, small q and capital Q. So when we will differentiate Q, so it will become 1. So we will write Q and Q into Q will become Q square. So it will become 2Q divided by R square. So this will be the differentiation. And it is maximum, means it is the value of dF by dQ. So in left side we may write 0. So by putting 0 and solving this equation, so we'll get Q minus 2Q is equal to 0. We want to find the division. So Q is equal to Q by 2. So the charge will be divided into two equal parts for the maximum. Two particles having mass m and charge q each are to be placed on the rough surface of a static friction mu, the minimum separation between them so that they remain stationary. So we want to find the distance between the two charges. Suppose there are two charges are putting on any surface. This is a Q charge and this is another charge having same magnitude Q, having same mass m. It is given in your question. And suppose the distance between them is r. We want to find that r. And for the minimum distance between two charges. So you know that the force of repulsion will act on both the charges. Why? Because the charges are of same nature. And when the force of repulsion will act outward, so the friction force on the contacting surface will act inward. And according to Newton's law of friction, it will become mu n. Mu n, where n will be the normal reaction on the charge, and normal reaction is equal to mg, weight of the charge, which will act on both the charges. Here it will also act the reaction force mu n. So two forces are acting here on both the charges. One is electrostatic force of repulsion, other is static friction. So both force will balance to each other for placing the two charges at this small distance r. So now I am going to balance these two forces. Electrostatic force Fe will equal to frictional force mu n. N is equal to mg from here. So electrostatic force is equal to mu mg. Why? Because N is equal to mg. Normal reaction is equal to weight of the charge from the Newton's law, balancing the force. So now put the value of electrostatic force. So it will become 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught QQ. Both are the same. So Q square divided by R square is equal mu mg. Now we want to find R. So after solving, we'll get the R. So R will become 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught Q square by mu mg power 1 by 2. So this will be the value of R in this question. Now next question. Two identically charged spheres are subtended by a string of two equal length make an angle of 30 degree with each other when suspended in a liquid of a density 0.8 gram per centimeter cube and angle remains same. The dielectric constant of liquid is if the density of a sphere is that 1.6 into 1.6 gram per centimeter cube. Now according to question, what is given in a question, two spheres are suspended. So the figure will be like this. Two spheres, suppose these two spheres are suspended and it is given that key here angle is 30 degree. Why? Because force of repulsion will act on both the sphere having charge, similar charge. And suppose this is the angle and a tension force will act here. Mg force will act downward. So if it is 30 degree, then we may divide this angle into two parts, 15 and 15. So this will also become 15 degree. This will be 15. Of course, alternate interior angles are equal. When two charged bodies are suspended by surrounded in a medium, the net force on each charged object becomes 1 by k. As you know that the force in medium is equal to 1 by k force in vacuum. This is the relation which I have taught in my lecture. Force in medium, electrostatic force in medium is equal to 1 by k force in vacuum, where k is the dielectric constant of the medium. When we are putting this arrangement into a liquid of density 0.8 gram per centimeter cube, the angle will remains the same, 30 degree. So I am taking the relation F medium is equal to 1 by k Fv, where V is the force in vacuum. Now, after this free body diagram, we may write here will become T cos, this component will become T cos 15, which will balance by the mg. So we will write T cos 15 degree is equal to mg from this free body diagram. Clear? And T sin 15, T sin 15 will become F, electrostatic force, and T sin 15 is equal to F, and you know that F is what? Electrostatic force. When this setup is immersed in a liquid of medium, then the force F will become F by K. This force will become F by K. And the effective gravitational force will also be changed. Effective gravitational force will also be changed. So this is the force acting vertically downward. This will change. It will become mg in bracket 1 minus rho L divided by rho S. Rho L density of liquid and rho S density of solid. After dividing these two relations, we will get T sin 15 divided by T cos 15. Tan 15 degree is equal, tan 15 degree is equal F by mg. F by mg. Now, when we will put for the second situation, we will write tan 15 degree is equal F by K by mg into that 1 minus rho L by rho S. So by comparing both the relation, we'll get K is equal to 2. K is equal to 2. So the dielectric constant will be 2 after putting the value 0.8 and 1.6 here, and after comparing both, we'll get K equal to 2. Now next question. 4 charges Q are placed at the 4 corners of a regular pentagon. The force can be force on charge Q kept on the center of the pentagon if the distance of the center from the corner is A. In question, a pentagon is given. In pentagon, there will be 5 sides like that. This is, suppose this is a pentagon, and if this is a pentagon and it is given there are 4 charges on the 4 vertex. Suppose Q is here, Q is here, Q is here, and Q is here. Here there is no charge. In this vertex, no charge. And we want to find the force on charge Q which is kept on the center. Suppose this is a center and a Q charge is kept here. So the equivalent figure will be what? If these are the similar charges, so we may write, suppose plus Q, plus Q, plus Q, plus Q. And the equivalent figure will be same figure, plus Q, plus Q, plus Q, plus Q. And here we may write plus Q minus Q. I think you are getting it. Plus Q and minus Q. So now we said just now that all the positive plus Q at the corners will produce 0 resultant force at the center. So we can conveniently remove all the 5 positive Q and will be left only 1 negative Q on this top. Getting it? So now the force on this small Q which are kept at the center will be Q divided by 4 pi epsilon naught A square. Why? Because the force balances to each other due to because of that. As you know that force will balance, resultant force will be balanced when the vertex have the same charges. So pair of forces will cancel to each other. So only this negative charge will remain the left, which will give you a force between center and this negative charge. So that will be the electrostatic force, and this force will be only due to because of negative charge of Q. I think you have to got it.